It's Bourbonnight. Hello, I'm Chad.
I'm Sarah.
Sarah, we have something in the box. Always like it when we have something in a box. Usually means it's special. What's in the box?
We have Rabbit Hole Founders Collection Boxergrail Rye. It's the Boxergrail Founders Collection Kentucky Straight Rye Whiskey.
Boom.
So says it on the box. Limited edition.
So says it, yes.
And you know it's limited edition because our box also says we have bottled 24 out of 1,315.
So let's remove it here.
And we should say that the kind folks at Rabbit Hole were nice enough to send us this.
Yes, full disclosure.
Full disclosure.
This was sent to us for a review.
'Twas a gift.
But as always, our opinions are our own. They do not get first
Can
look
nobody
at
else
this.
have my opinion?
They don't get approval or anything like that. Our verdict is our own. And as it says right here on the back, this rye whiskey consists of 95% rye, 5% malted barley, never chill filtered, as it should be.
Yes.
Cask strength, 6 years, and handcrafted cask by Kelvin Cooperage.
Lovely.
Yes. Very pretty bottle, very pretty. 6 years, it's cask strength, which is, math, 57.3.
114.6. Pop that cork, Chad.
Pop that cork, pause for cork pop.
I want it.
Ooh!
It squeaked and it had an echo.
Wait, can we replay that and put some some reverb on it?
This one goes to 11.
Feel that.
Oh! It surprised me. I mean, I figured it would be... I don't know why I always do that.
I know, that's like your first instinct is, I could whip this at your head.
I could hit you with this and it would do something.
I could knock you out.
We don't throw things in this house.
But there's some pores in this house. There's some pores in this house. There's some pores in this house.
I don't remember who said that, but it was funny.
I said it.
You said it for the first time? It's very pretty.
Very dark. What do we say, 114?
Yes.
And some change?
Mm-hmm. A nice clove and...
Yes. Very spicy, the rye.
Oaky.
But also a lot of barrel
Dark,
in there.
yeah. Barrel caramelization.
Maybe some
going
raisins?
On. Yeah, like a dark berry, dark fruit.
You know, it's not...
It smells hefty.
It's not exactly a very good descriptor, I feel like, but when I smell something that smells like this, I like to say, oh, it smells LE.
Yeah.
It smells like...
I think that just means it has layers and complexity and a richness.
Stuff that doesn't come around every day.
Correct.
Yeah.
And I also get a little floral on this too. I want to say honeysuckle, and then maybe light orange zest.
Also
and
maybe,
a little toastiness.
I was going to say tea. I can see toastiness, but I also think there's some...
There's a lot going on
some
there.
Honey tea. Yeah, a lot going on. All right.
It smells really mature for, I know it's
age.
6 years, but it yeah.
Well, it's a rye. Rye matures.
Does mature faster.
Yeah. All right, let's dive in.
Okay.
Whoa.
I have to be honest with you. I don't normally go for the 95.5 ryes. It's usually 2.
They are fewer and far between. Yes.
2 in the spicy, floral, clove, licorice kind of. It tends to lean that way. I will give you my first impression. I think this bottle came out at the perfect time of year because I think it is perfect for winter.
Mm-hmm. You don't want to talk too much about it on the first pour because you always get more in the second. But I will say that it rolled through a lot of different things. It had a lot of different emotions going on through
That's
this
why
guy.
I tried to package it up into the not Christmas, but
the season.
Yeah, the Q4.
Q4.
No, the holidays. Yeah.
So I got this chocolate cherry that kind of rolled through peppery notes, clove, and now as it's finally, it's a long finish, settling down into kind of the chest feels, I'm getting just that dark chocolate, dark cocoa.
It is, and it has a cocoa, but there's also a mintiness to it, a spearmint or a winter mint and an evergreen type of, like you said, that chocolate, that cherry. There's still some spice, definitely clove, toasty oak. I mean, it's a lot.
It's a lot going on.
A lot of layers.
Deserves a second sip. No, you said it though. It does have a really nice mouthfeel. Coats the tongue. Coats all over the tongue.
It's not harsh when you sip it for the 114.6.
Right, but then it has kind of weird. It's kind of like middle of the tongue, and like this building heat starts to kind of roller coaster. It's building, but it kind of ebbs and flows, but it sticks with you. There's not a whole lot of whiskeys that I say it like sticks to your ribs, but this kind of has that hearty nature where as it's traveling down into the chest, I feel like it's just kind of sticking to my ribs, as they say. Ooh, okay, there's also a tobacco note in there. Second sip, finish.
Kind of towards the finish, yeah.
Yeah, and that's my, sorry, that's, yeah, there's chain smoking.
Is that how?
It's a chain smoking, note to it. Not like a tobacco leaf, and then sort of like that honey tea that I kind of picked up on the nose. Now I'm starting to get that, I think, more in the chest than even on the palate.
Yeah.
It's really in the finish.
It's so, the warmth builds. Like the first sip, I got a little warmth here. The second sip it just keeps kind of growing, and it made me feel almost snuggled.
There is more citrus than you kind of realize.
Yeah, and there's definitely a sweetness. There's a sweetness and a spiciness that are playing, they're complementing each other.
Kind of playing off each other.
I think you get more sweetness up front that kind of dies down into some spicy, peppery notes that linger towards the back of your mouth.
Do you want to add water to it, or just kind of see how it opens up in the glass?
I'd kind of like to just see how it opens up in the glass with time.
I'm with you though. I feel like you can add water to taste if you like. I'm kind of liking where it is right now. I kind of would just rather see what happens when you leave it in the glass for 10 minutes, since this is, a neck pour.
Definitely.
So we'll set it aside and let it just sit there and think about what it's done.
Think about what you did.
But while we wait, it's the perfect time to tell you about our home on the internet. It is whiskyambitions.com. It's where you can get the t-shirts that we're both wearing, the Glencairns that we're drinking from, now back in stock, the water glasses that we're drinking from. We have rocks glasses, challenge coins coming back soon, and hoodies, sweatshirts, a zip hoodie.
A long sleeve t-shirt.
A long sleeve. If you're watching this on the day that this comes out, Friday, you have one more day for a giveaway. We just celebrated our 2000th order on whiskyambitions.com, so if you want to be entered in to win 2 of our new Copitas, which will be on the site, they might be there on the site at the time of this, I'm not sure, but our It's Bourbonnight and our Drink More Bourbon Copitas, you can win. Just follow us on Instagram and see the post about how to do that.
Go check it out. And also you should go check out patreon.com/itsbourbonnight, where you can become a patron for as little as $1 a month. We do after the episode exclusives. We just put out our Halloween episode. They got an exclusive after that. Let's see, what else do we do? Polls where we ask you to vote on things like what kind of merch do you want to see and what should we put in our Halloween episode. Podcasts and, first crack at barrel picks and more.
There you go. All right, so we're going to let it sit for about 9 more minutes and be back to you real soon. And we're back. Welcome back. Thanks for sticking around.
This has become a little maple syrupy on the nose.
Yeah. But it still has
those layers.
Tobacco.
Yeah.
Sort of in there.
No, but there is still that cherry too. Sorry. Definitely tobacco.
Definitely cherry.
Tobacco and cherry. Not maple syrup on the taste.
But it's viscous like maple syrup.
It has like all the things from before, but now just like certain things are popping more.
In my opinion, it's punching a little bit above its proof. And punching above its weight class is actually a great analogy, because Boxergrail does refer to the boxing tradition in Louisville, where they are based, Muhammad Ali. About young fighters coming up and kind of cultivating that type of excellence there. That's where it got its name of Boxergrail, so that's pretty cool.
If I had a complaint.
Criticism?
Criticism is what I should say, not a complaint. In like the second half, before we get to the finish, but in the second half of the tasting experience, there's a little more like evergreen, pine, mint. A little more, especially the mint. I like mint as a flavor. Just not always so much in my whiskey. So there is a nice amount of that. I don't feel like it's icky to me or anything like that. It's probably just a little more, like if I could have the dials and if I could turn it down just a touch, I would.
And I think you would accomplish that by having this not be a 95.5 rye.
Right. Just
by getting it closer to the the Pikesville, the Cornerstone, Master's Keep, Wild Turkey Rye, the Parker's Heritage, the ones that are more closer to a bourbon.
Yeah.
Which is, like you said earlier, is sort of what we gravitate towards.
Yeah.
So I hear you, like, appreciating this as a 95.5, you do definitely get that winter mint, that peppermint, spearmint in there. And I think it's just learning to appreciate ryes, which we have been doing in the past, several years. If we'd had this probably 3 years ago, I don't think we would enjoy it.
No, I agree with that.
As
I
much.
agree. If I had the controls and I could play Oz, I would just
My little nitpicky part is it's maybe a little drying on the tongue. I do love the mouthfeel, but then I think it kind of cactuses up just a little bit. Not any point to be a killer for me at all. If you watch the show, I don't like dry bourbons.
I get the dry,
or
little pepper.
whiskeys. So there's that, but not a killer. It's just, finding our little nitpicks here and there.
Because I do think it's important to nitpick at this price point.
Hey, that was exactly where I was going.
I knew
nice
you were.
segue, Sarah.
I thought so.
Speaking of nitpicks, it's $195. Now, it's limited. It's a craft distillery. So is it surprising?
I'm not shocked because I feel like that's the current climate of
Yes.
a lot of whiskey. That being said, just because that's happening a lot doesn't mean that the people are going to accept that and not just revolt and say, fine, I'll just buy, again, we always say this, but I'll just buy rare breed at $45 and
Yeah.
you guys can have all your $150+ whiskeys or $100 plus, like you guys can keep them. Which is, I think, a direction that we could go eventually. However, the thing with this is, like, they've been waiting for this to mature. They put in the time, right? They're a smaller distillery. So I get it.
Rye is more expensive.
Rye is more expensive.
Of a grain.
I get it. And there's only 1,350.
And it came in a box.
You're paying for the box too. But, and this nice bottle.
And 7 pounds of cork.
But I think
Topper.
there are enough people out there that will have no problem paying that to support a distillery that they care about or get something of this quality. And anyone who's like, well, that's too much, like, that's okay, because I don't think you're going to have the chance to get it anyways. Like,
Right.
Not that many people are going to have the chance to get this.
If you pass on it because of the price, there's someone right behind you who is
will
like,
gladly.
yes, please, because this is, I mean, it's a whiskey drinker's rye, but it's also a whiskey drinker's whiskey collector / drinker's prize on the shelf. $195. If you don't play in that range, you're not gonna buy this anyway. So it's kind of a moot point. Flavor wise, I think it is in line with how the other LEs are priced these days. So just going based upon that, like the Cornerstone Rye or the Bottled and Bond Master's Keep from this year, or the Parker's Heritage, or the
Parker's
Four
Heritage.
Roses, the birthday bourbon that keeps going up in price. I think it makes sense, especially for them being a smaller distiller. So does it at least, does the
Meet
juice
expectations.
meet that bar that has been set? And I feel like it does.
I agree with that.
So I'm going to go ahead and give it the...
I think if you have never purchased a 95, if you're a bourbon lover and you've never purchased a 95.5 rye before, you need to pass. If you come across...
Don't start here.
In the weird instance where you come across this, I wouldn't personally recommend that you start here. At 95.5 ryes, they have a lot of different flavors, and so if you're not into those, then
They
you
pack a
don't
punch.
want to be disappointed by that. And I'm personally pleased to find something that's a 95.5 rye that I enjoy so much, and I think it's perfect for the season that we're entering right now.
So, what is your verdict?
It's a little complicated because I think I have to approach this one. It's hard when we didn't buy this one originally.
Right.
But I think the question has to be like, would I buy another one of these or something else? If they come out with another one of this collection, would I spend...
That's a good point.
Would I spend $195 of our own dollars
Based
on
on
this experience? And I would.
Oh,
I would do
okay.
that. And I will say, this has made me want to go try other rabbit hole products.
Are
because
you
I'm-
saying this is making you want to go down the...
Rabbit hole? It is. It's been...
rabbit hole?
Oh, God.
Very good. Well, if you have the opportunity for a very rare bottle.
If you are one of the 1,314 people, because we're
yeah,
the
because
15. We have one.
We got bottle 24.
Then good luck to you.
Yeah. Cool.
If not, then stay tuned for something else that's more readily available. Probably next time.
Absolutely. We have lots of those too. Hey, if you're new to the channel, haven't subscribed already, we'd love to have you. You can click right up here to do that, or there's suggestions of other videos right down here. We hope to see you over there in one of those. Thanks, Sarah.
Thanks, Chad.
Okay. Until next time, drink more bourbon or rye.